Hi there, welcome to yet another video. This time we're in a different setting because of a new idea that I have. In this video I want to give you some personalized feedbacks and tips for your practice. A couple months ago I asked a couple people who participated in my Acrobatics Lab online program to send me some videos of their practice so I can create this video and give them some tips and feedback for the whole world to see. I know it's been a couple months, but hey, give me some slack. I'm just starting this project here on YouTube. Because this is a new video idea, I need your feedback. Please let me know in the comments, how did you like this video? Was the feedback too long, too short? Should I go more in depth? So if this video is being well received, I will continue with the series. And already you can check out the video description and you will find some information how also you can submit some of your practice clips for the next videos to come. Without any further ado, let's directly jump into the videos. The first person to have sent a video is Stas, a nice collection of a couple clips, all taken from the Acrobatics Lab online program. Firstly, he wanted to know about the butterfly kick and the aerial. Right, so already a nice preparation and what looks like a quite smooth butterfly kick. I can already see some things going on with the arms. There is a lot of emphasis trying to really jump high, but I think we can try to refine this. And also the second thing I'm already noticing here is the pathway of the upper body in the preparation for the whole move. Alright, so for the butterfly kick, two things that I would propose to do. Number one, there is a lot of emphasis on throwing your arms up like this. I think this is an overreaction. This is not necessary. Usually what I do with my arms in a butterfly kick is really I set up and I let my elbows drive upwards almost like in a 45-degree angle. Number two, for the setup, what I'm seeing with you is you're starting very nice and wide, very good, but then you're very late dipping into the floor in order to prepare for the butterfly kick. What I would propose here is to already dip down while being fully on the other side, so you have a lot of time setting up horizontally for the butterfly kick. And then if you combine this action with the elbow drive and the leg drive that you already have, you should have a quite nice butterfly kick. And lastly, for the landing, something that you can try to do is land and directly take it into a pivot. And maybe with this intention, you can try to soften it just a little bit. Right, we continue with the aerial, whereas the butterfly kick is horizontal, the aerial is kind of traveling more in a vertical line. And already there I can see it's quite nice what you're doing. Right, I think we can really try to work on the mechanics of the legs, trying to find a little bit more jumping mechanics that allow for a better takeoff. But other than that, I think we're doing quite nice. Let's see one more. Yeah, so once again here, the jumping mechanics of the legs, and then we can also work a little bit on the arms to create a nice jump off. In the aerial, I really have this diagonal motion and my arms cutting the air, which then gives me a lift off. Now for the leg mechanic, what you can really try to do is work on this piece right here to find a lot of spread in the legs and this very nice powerful jump, and combined should produce a very nice aerial. Right, we're continuing now with the Jaguars. There is the forwards and the reverse Jaguar, and Stas is wondering if he's doing them a little bit too high, too vertical, and also once again about the top leg. Is it too bent? What about it? So basically what I'm trying to search for in both of the Jaguars is really the circular pathway, and the higher you go, the more you take it into an inversion, the less circular the pathway will be, the more kind of in a straight line it will be. So this is something already to consider. Then again, about this top leg, there's different styles to it. Personally, I like to really keep it bent, especially in the forwards Jaguar. In the backwards Jaguar, I like to have it more straight so I can really find this kicking motion. But already here it looks very continuous, and even some very nice tries for the one-arm Jaguar, which is quite tough. So doing good here, Stas. The forwards Jaguar. In this one, I'm really trying to search for this spring-like quality. So a little bit of bend in the top leg actually helps to kind of load the spring, and at the end I can extend this leg to find the ending. It's kind of like this slinky toy. My upper body leads into the motion, and then my lower body guides me out of the motion. Backwards Jaguar, just one proposition, which is really this leg. Instead of driving it up, kind of like going for a handstand, think more about this meia lua kick from capoeira, where you would take your leg all the way around. So it's a very nice crescent motion. And this transforms the backwards Jaguar into a very circular pattern. Right, next we have two people who sent in the same move, so I'm going to go over it now at the same time. The first one is by Guangmin. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. If not, please let me know. And the second one, Jordan, and both of them sent me clips about their standing coin. It's a nice move that we can try to level up if we try to add a little bit more spin on top of the arm, and this is what both of them were trying here. Right. Okay, what I see already here, you're basically using a cartwheel motion, so really going from side to side with the move, and this is really not what we're trying to aim for here in the coin. It's more this contralateral approach. I will show it once again when I'm in the dojo. But yeah, this is already something that I see here, and that will definitely hinder the progress in the coin. So instead of finding this cartwheel motion, we really try to cross the body. Right, but what you're doing very nice is trying to find a solid push on the floor, and this push is definitely strong enough so you can do things afterwards. So already here, good job. Right, now we got Jordan, basically with the same move, the same idea, and yeah, actually it's exactly the same thing. So also here the same thing applies. Instead of doing this cartwheel motion where we go from really one side to the other, we really need to find this crossing pathway of the body. And for you, you can also try to work a little bit more on these long extended pushes, trying to really find these moments of temporary holding time, as kind of like you want to go for a one-arm handstand, where your hip is really stacked on top of the arm. Right, so for the coin, one of the key components of this move is the ability to stack your center of weight, which is usually your hips, on top of that supporting arm. So the first thing before even thinking about a spin is really figuring out how you can go onto one arm and pause for just a second. Really make sure to understand how to twist out of this motion so you don't need to fear being upside down. And the second component, a coin, is not so much like a cartwheel motion where I really go like this standing ditch, but I'm now trying to resist and go counter. So first I'm crossing towards one diagonal, and then instead of continuing here, I turn myself inwards. Second to last one, we got Clement, who sent in a clip and especially wonders about the Jaguar, how we can perform it into a one-arm Jaguar, which then also leads more into a Macaco, which really is the move that he's trying to go for. Right, so at first there is a very clean mechanics of the Jaguar, right, but already there is like a little bit of a something going on, which is the idea that whenever I try to go for a Macaco or for one-arm Jaguars, I really think about these pole vault jumpers, right? In order to really go on top of yourself, on top of your pole, which is now your arm, you really need to place it a little bit further away, so you can really try to find the way all the way on top of yourself. In the Jaguar, but now also in the one-arm Jaguar, this is something that I'm seeing here, that you're not really placing your arm too far away. And then the second issue, which is a even bigger issue maybe, also then for the macaco, is the usage of the second arm, right? When the first arm supports in the floor, the second one really has the role of guiding you into this arching motion, right? So the arm is really the part of your body that is guiding you fully into this arch. So this is something to work on. But really, other than that, it's a very smooth executed Jaguar and something that you can definitely put into sequences and play around with. Well done. So this idea of the pole vault jump, right? So this is the stick that I want to jump over. If I'm placing it very close towards me, it's very hard to get all of this weight on top of myself. So therefore, I try to glide on top of my arm, right? So you can even practice this in a Jaguar, where there should be this moment of you levering on top of yourself. And then the most crucial aspect in trying to understand these one-arm balances is using the second arm in order to open up the body towards the side, diagonally back. This is where it becomes scary, but it's the necessary thing that we need to do in order to go for the one-arm Jaguar or even spin on top of the arm. Now here we go with the macacos, right? Okay, so really, yep, I think what we really need to do is work on the mechanics of the second arm, really throwing mechanics, and then B, as we can see here now in this position, there is this tendency to have your arm and torso in a very angled position instead of your arm very vertical to the floor and the body stacked on top. And I think we can work on this with a drill on the wall where we try to strengthen the shoulder. But also here, other than that, it's quite a smooth movement already, and you're already going on top of yourself, and you can already play with it. So all of these tips really are there just to refine it even further, right? In the macaco we have the same idea. Placing the arm too close is actually quite hard then to go all the way on top. Glide onto your arm and once again use the second arm diagonally backwards in order to keep opening up the body. So on the wall you can really try to fully extend your shoulders, try to open them as much as you can and place your body on top of this arm, kind of faking a macaco, and then really making sure that you're super strong here. And then really what helps me so much to find this top position of the macaco, very straight, very extended and strong, is really trying to go for a one-arm macaco, but then hitting a candle position. Righty, and the last one for this video was sent by Rafa about the falling leaf roll, the roll where you basically go from a handstand, twist your body and roll over a straight arm, and he just wanted to know if he's doing it alright, if there's anything that we can improve, so let's take a look. So I see there's quite a leap into this roll, but already quite nice. Your arms tend to be very wide, as I can see here, so as we can see here now in this moment, arms quite wide, which I think in the roll itself will give you a harder job of finding a smooth pathway, okay? Because you're crossing your arms, I think having them a little closer gives you already a little bit more control. And then the second thing is, on the way down into the roll, I'm really trying to search for this wave-like motion where at first my legs come up, the upper body is going down, and then the rest of the body is following like a wave. So really having this image in my mind should help to find just a little bit more smoothness in this roll. So you can also try to practice it on harder surface. But of course you're doing a good job here on practicing on these mats, so you can actually take some fails and crashes without hurting yourself. For the straight arm roll, really try to glide into the movement. As soon as the legs rise up, already think about placing the shoulders back down to the floor, so there's this smooth wave-like motion. And a final tip on this one, to make it a little bit more smooth, instead of keeping your arms completely straight, I allow myself to bend my arms a little bit, just a little bit, so I can catch myself just a little bit softer on the floor. Alrighty, and that's it for this video. This is a new format, I'm still experimenting with it, so I need your feedback. How did you like it? Is there anything else that I should do to improve the quality of these videos? If you also would like to receive some feedback, simply take a look in the video description and check out the process on how to do it. If you want to learn more about acrobatics and dive deeper into this practice, I'd recommend you to check out my Finding Flow online programs. Currently there is 3 of them, one for beginners, Finding Flow the Basics program. Then there is the Integrations program, where we already dive deeper into the subject matter. And then there is the Big Acrobatics Lab. It's perfectly suited for intermediate practitioners or practitioners with experience already in dance, parkour, acrobatics. You can dive deep and really enjoy a lot of cool concepts, a lot of cool techniques, sequences there. Everything is to be checked out on www.neilteisner.shop. And as always, coming through these YouTube videos, you can use the link YouTube10 for a 10% discount. Everything else you will find in the video description. If you liked this video, simply write a comment and let me know. And also let me know if you want to see other videos. I definitely will read them and will reply to them. Also, subscribe to this channel, as there will be coming weekly videos on all things movements, from breakdowns, collaborations, insights, practice tips, so on and so forth. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.